Have you ever wanted to become a giant monster and go around destroying buildings, cars, eating people, and being a general menace to society? Yeah, me neither. But it does sound like a fun game. And luckily for us, it's a game that exists. Back in 2006, in April, a game called Rampage Total Destruction was released on the PS2 and the GameCube. And then sometimes later on the Wii. But we don't talk about the Wii. Nah, the Wii's a good console, I take that back. This game lets you do exactly what I mentioned. You drink some sketchy energy drink, it turns you into various kaiju, and then you go on a rampage. Get it? The name of the game? Great product. But in all seriousness, I played the hell out of this game back in the day on the PS2. This year's in the GameCube, sort of, because I could not find it anywhere for the PS2. Sort of. It's just an arcade type game. Earn points for destroying things, eating point bonuses, eating and killing people, destroying cars. You can unlock other monsters to play as mid-levels, and there are challenges for each level and monster, which earns you more points, as well as new attacks for the monster you're playing as. Come to think of it, there's actually a ton to do, like a lot to do in this game, and unlock. Each location has about, don't quote me on this, I just played it but I've kind of forgotten. Each location has about, I don't know, maybe like half a dozen or so, maybe 7 little areas to rampage through, and each one has challenges for each individual monster. And then you've got the extra monsters to unlock by finding them in levels. And there's about 8 different locations to rampage through. And by locations I mean the game is split up into, like the campaign mode is split up into location, like a location in the world. So you start in like Las Vegas, then you go to San Francisco, then London, that sort of thing. And then each one of those locations has the different little areas that you destroy things in. There's a lot to do for each individual location. You get like half a dozen challenges for each individual monster, like I've said. I'm just trying to like reiterate that because there's a lot of monsters in the game. There's a lot of things to play as. But yeah, so for a game back then, there's a ton to do. So it's not that bad. Money worth and all that. And the $5 it costs you these days. It's in a series that first released back in 1986, which was honestly, if you look at it, it's the exact same thing as it was then. Like this game back in 2006, the exact same thing. Just the 2006 version has better graphics, and that's saying a lot because that was like 18 years ago. So yeah, I mean it looks alright, you know, looks good, I would say, for 2006. Right, this is like feature parity here. You know what I just realised? I was looking up more things for the game, maybe like history and all that, and obviously like an autofill suggestion was Rampage the movie with Dwayne Johnson, and I was like, nah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just sitting here and I was like, wait, that is a movie of this game. Yeah, Rampage from 2018 with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock himself. That's a movie loosely based on the games. It's, I say loosely, hella loosely based. Obviously in the games you actually play as the kaiju, as the monsters, but the monsters are just people, you know, they're just people transformed. In the movie they're actual monsters, like bioweapons effectively from Resident Evil, just creatures exposed to a pathogen, which is not what the games are. So yeah, that's something that just came to mind there. Kind of wild that I just completely passed over that. So yeah, in the games, obviously the last one released was 2006. The movie came out 12 years later for some reason. No idea why they decided to make a movie on that. 51% Rotten Tomatoes, 45% Metacritic, and 6.1 on IMDb. Awesome. Really good choice. That's why I'm saying like they're not going to remake this game or remaster, or they shouldn't, because whatever company does that is going to significantly lose money, or you know, lose significant money if you want to speak English. So yeah, that's actually kind of funny. It just popped into my mind there. But yeah, moving on to whatever part I'm going to splice this into. All I can say is I can see why there've been no releases, considering you don't really need a new Rampage game, I don't think, I would say. Yeah, they were fun, it's enjoyable, it's an arcade game, but I don't think many people would buy it these days. Not gonna lie, especially when you've got games like Maneater, where you can play as a shark. You can play as a shark in this game, by the way, like a shark monster called Marco instead of Mako. Get it? Haha. But yeah, the company that published it and developed it, Midway. You probably know that name, Midway, from back in the day. They went under. They filed for bankruptcy in 2010. So that was a long time ago. I didn't even realize it was that long ago. They released or published whatever a ton of top tier games on the older consoles like PS2 and GameCube, Wii, bloody everything, man. Back in the day, they were up there. So I'm surprised they went under. Although they did actually get broke down and parts of it get sold off to EA, so that's a fate worse than death. A lot of the games back then, like I'd see a lot of Midway logos showing up in the loading screens. First one that comes to mind is Spy Hunter 2. Not a horrible game, but I was a proper clown back then. Back when I used to play those games, when I was 9 years old, and I was really shit at games. So I might have to revisit those old games. I'll become Backlogs 2.0, now with less firebombs and less humour. But yeah. If this game was remastered in current gen consoles, I'd probably buy it. Definitely not for more than 20 quid though, £20. Definitely not getting blended by nostalgia on that purchase. Because there's a lot to do, but the gameplay is insanely repetitive. I played it for like an hour and a bit earlier. Didn't die once. Almost died, to be fair, because it's a 2006 game. It's kind of clunky, so it wasn't exactly mastering the whole 3D environment. But yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't pay that much for this if it was remastered. But yeah, this is just a random little video on Rampage Total Destruction. Like it. It's an alright game. Yeah, comment down below another old game that you maybe want to see on the channel. There's other ones that I'll go over, and I'm just padding time because how's this video only 5 minutes long? No, I'm kidding. But if you want to see more of these sort of videos, then definitely like it. Comment down below other ones, like I've said. Even comment if you've played this one, if you remember this one. Did this just like smack you like a freight train of nostalgia? Like maybe you forgot about this game, then you saw the thumbnail, and you were like, oh my god, yeah, I remember that game. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day or night. Goodbye.